Hi Team DPS, it's your host Natalie Brigham, the only member of the communications team with an undefeated fantasy football team. Woo woo! Welcome back to DPS Snapshots, the show where we give you the top 5 stories you need to know for the week. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Our first story is about the Denver Schools Thrive initiative. The last regional engagement session was held virtually on Tuesday, October 22nd. Many people are wondering what happens now. Please check the Denver Schools Thrive initiative webpage for the most up-to-date information. That page is linked in our show notes. The page has frequently asked questions, informational videos about trends pertaining to Denver's declining enrollment challenges, as well as the presentation materials and notes from the regional engagement sessions if you weren't able to attend the meeting or want to review something that was discussed. The next key date is November 7th. On November 7th, the superintendent will provide his recommendation of how to address declining enrollment within DPS to the Board of Education. Following that, there will be an opportunity for engagement with the board and the superintendent, leading into public comment on November 18th. The Board of Education will then vote on the recommendation on November 21st. In the meantime, we'll keep you updated with new information when it becomes available. Our second story is about displaying your students' art on recycling trucks. The City and County of Denver Department of Solid Waste Management, or DSWM, and DPS are seeking student artists for the Denver Diverts Rolling Gallery. DSWM trucks will show off 4 DPS students' artwork on the side of collection trucks. Students will have nearly 32 square feet of canvas to display their original artwork, highlighting the importance of reducing waste in Denver. In selecting the artists who will participate, the DSWM will prioritize proposed designs that encourage residents and students to divert waste properly. Art submissions will be accepted now through November 22nd. For more details and to submit artwork, view the Truck Art Contest flyer linked in our show notes. Our third story is about school-specific bond information. On November 5th, Denver voters will be presented with the choice on whether or not to approve DPS's 2024 bond package. You might be wondering what funding your specific school would receive if the 2024 bond initiative is passed and implemented. We've got you covered. School letters are now available in the 8 most common languages spoken by our DPS community. Go to the link in our show notes, find your school on the list, and download your letter to learn more about potential funding for your school. Our fourth story is about celebrating principals during National Principals Month. In October, we celebrate National Principals Month. We're grateful to our DPS principals for all they do to empower students and staff and help their school communities thrive. This year, Team DPS highlighted 2 principals: Victoria Wyatt, principal at John F. Kennedy High School, and Dawn Salter, principal at Palmer Elementary School. For a glimpse into how these 2 school leaders got to where they are today, view the link in our show notes. Our fifth and final story is about the DPS Your Voice 2 Votes survey. If you have not yet completed the Your Voice 2 Votes survey, there's still time. Complete the survey by visiting the link in our show notes by Friday, November 5th. As a reminder, families with multiple children in different DPS schools now only need to complete 1 survey for all their children. Do you need more convincing to do your survey? You can check out these 2 videos in English and Spanish to learn more about why it's important to share your voice. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode. Next week, we'll have a special guest host giving you the news. Ooh! Make sure you're liking and subscribing to our show to never miss an episode. Thanks! We'll see you next week, Team DPS.